This is Stockman original. I'm Max, and this is the original Brian. Some of the videos that have gotten the most traction are the Scrimshaw videos, because Brian is a master scrimshander.
Seems to have gotten a lot of attention. Yeah, that's the right word.
So we thought what we'd do today, a little different from what we've done before. I ordered off of Amazon the cheapest Scrimshaw kit that they had, which was $20.
$20. Oh,
well, I just did the unboxing.
no, that's good. Somebody's gonna do it.
So
Looks intriguing, doesn't it?
Brian is gonna open this for you. He's gonna see what's on the inside. He has no idea, and he's gonna scrimshaw.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna follow their instructions and see if it might be something that you want to try. People would have a lot of fun doing it. If you like doing drawing or like pen and ink or anything like that, this is a lot of fun. For $20, how can you go wrong? It's a good introductory, I think, but we'll give it a try and see what it turns out to be. This is the knife that we've received in the mail, and let's see, it's got a nice blade on it. Seems to be a good stiff spring in it. Tight, razor sharp steel, 440. I'm thinking that that's 440 stainless. Stainless is good for a lot of things. That's a nice blade too. And it is sharp, so whoever gets this too, be careful. But it'd make a nice garden knife or whatever. But it's got bone scales on the side, and they look good. Yeah, it's got solid brass spacers. I'd be guessing, but that might be nickel. Bolsters. Let's see what else we got in here. This is the thing I want to see. Rough Ryder. Oh, a scratcher. Okay. All right, so the one thing that you probably need to do, I can tell before you get started scrimming, is to sharpen this, because it's not sharp. If you can run it around on your thumbnail and it just slides around, doesn't bite in, it's not sharp. So
yeah, it should be making your back crawl, right?
Yes. Yeah, so we'll address that, and that's an easy enough fix. You could do that with some, wet, dry sandpaper, crocus cloth, or a sharpening stone, whatever. Got a little stick here. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. We're going to get into the instructions here in a minute, so we know what everything is. I see we've got ink and some applicators, Q-tip type applicators. Nice little bottle, except for ruh-roh. Maybe you're supposed to add water. We'll get to the instructions. It's dried up.
Uh-oh.
The ink is all dried up, but we'll, again, take a look. Oh, look, it's got some templates. Now these are good for what they call paste up work. It's when you tape this right onto your piece of bone, and then you pierce through it, leaving a trail of dots, and then it's like connect the dots. Pretty nice.
That one looks familiar.
Yeah, they did a whale. They got a lot of things. They all seem to be formatted to fit on the handle. That's nice, handy. I don't know if I'll use them, but yeah, you just literally tape that right there, and then start making little dots all along the design.
And what's that called when you do the
stippling? All right, let's see, more stuff. What's this? This is interesting. Oh, it says for a more effective transfer, first buff the bone area with fine steel wool. Well, maybe. Oh, I see what we're doing here. See, it pays to read the instructions first. This is carbon paper, so they got you a little steel wool here. These things are so highly polished, they're buffed up to a shine. Graphite or any kind of marking tools would have a hard time sticking to it. So you buff it with the steel wool first. One fellow that does Scrimshaw, he uses a certain eraser that he likes. But anyhow, so that's that. Anything else in here? No, sir. All right, that's everybody. And then here's the book on Scrimshaw. Transfer paper, cotton swab stylist. Haven't quite.
That must be for rubbing the carbon over or something.
In lieu of a pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it says choose your design and prepare the surface of your knife handle. You can choose one of the pre-crafted designs included in your kit or create your own original art. If you choose pre-crafted design, you'll need the chosen design, the transfer paper, and the wooden stylus. If you create your own design, you'll just need a pencil. Tip, you can draw directly on the surface of your knife with a pencil, but you'll need to use a pencil eraser over the whole surface of the handle first. This will allow pencil marks to show clearly. If you're creating your own design and drawing directly onto the handle, you can skip this step. But if you don't, carefully cut your design so that it can be taped to the bolsters of the knife. These two shiny spots. First, place your transfer paper onto the surface of the handle and then place your design on top of the transfer paper. Okay, we're going to do it. If I was just going to do it, I've seen some really cool Sami style geometric designs and things like that, and that's pretty cool. But I think for the purpose of judging this kit worthiness, we should probably stick to
one of their designs.
Yeah, and that's good. So we'll do that. We'll pick one of these, and I'm gonna pick. There's a better side to this knife than both sides are fine, but one side has more. When you're dealing with bones and things, you have little tiny like nerve tunnels through the bone that they act as like pores through the bone, and those will pick up a little bit of ink and stuff. And
so that's
for the most
deficit
part,
you don't.
Well, it's not like a piece of ivory wouldn't have that problem, and it's not a huge problem, and it wouldn't. It's just a few specks of black that you might not have planned on. We're going to do like they suggest, and we're going to steel wool it off. And just because it's for the sake of the kit, I'm going to use the steel wool that they sent along. What I wanted to say was I'm going to use the lesser of the two sides, so whoever gets this has the better side to play with when they do. And they'll have a sharp scribe. Steel wool just takes off that fine gloss from buffing it and allows things to stick better. I'm angling it into the light to see the reflection off of it to make sure that there's no little pockets of shiny stuff. So there's that. Now I have got some Fix Me tape here, and let's see. We've got 4 designs. We've got the snake with Don't Tread on Me, and we've got Freedom USA. We've got the nice fish, King of the Forest. I was gonna say jungle. Anyway, there's nothing like a Rough Rider. There's your eagle, the sperm whale, Where the Buffalo Roam, Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death, Gone Fishing. There's the paddle, and there's something you put your name and your sweetheart's name on, a little heart. Valentine's Day is coming up, and an arrowhead. So those are all good designs. Let's see. Boy, I tell you, they're all good, but I love the whale. Hate to be redundant, folks. maybe I should pick a different one.
Well, the whale is Scrimshaw is the whaler's art.
Yeah.
So I think we should go with the whale.
They got a pretty nice looking whale. All right, so I'm going to grab my scissors. I'll make sure to put the whale back in with the rest of them, just in case you want to do the same. Which way do I want it to go? Oh, that fits. Nice. So I'm trying to avoid this rivet right here, and I can by placing the veil right there. So I think the thing to do is to place it right where you want it, like so. That's good, right? Yeah. Okay. take out the messy stuff.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, you're putting it on top, and then I realized, oh, that's what you're doing.
Yeah. There, now you can see that it's covers all of the design. So this is the stylus. Hopefully I got the tape on good. Doesn't matter if this thing moves around because the graphite or the carbon or whatever's on there is all over it.
You're tracing the specific lines.
Yep. The sperm whale's head is a third of its body. I could be wrong, but I think that my stylus is collapsing under the pressure. A lot of stylus sharpener. So it's a pencil sharpener. What would be ideal, I mean, if you were going to do just exactly like this forever and ever, is to get a piece of bone. Make one out of bone. They wear out too, but not quite as quick as a piece of birch. All right, well, the moment of truth. Shall we see if this trick worked? Oh my goodness, I'll say.
Wow.
Okay, well, I guess we did it that time. All right. The collapse of the tip of the stylus makes for a pretty bold line, but I will say that the design has been transferred. We'll see where we can go with that. Okay, so we've got the designs on. I'm gonna put a point on this thing now. It's quite dull. I mean, you'd stick it in your finger if you had to, but
yeah. So you could also watch the video on sharpening the round point scribe that we did.
Yeah, we did one for most of the Scrimshaw tools, didn't we?
Obligatory Benjamin shot.
Show that he is here most of the time. This scribe does seem to be good hard steel, because if I got a real fast, cheap point on it, it wouldn't last very long. So if it takes a little bit to get a good point, it's starting to. Now, if I had been going to do a design of my own making here, I might have been tempted to paint the whole surface black with the India ink and then draw and scratch on that, because then you see white line come up on the black surface and you know what you've done. But this will work out all right. But I'm going to upgrade my glasses. All right. So all I'm going to do is follow the lines. The thing about having such a bold outline is that it's accomplishing that same thing mentioning about painting it all black. I can see the line coming up. Uh-oh. All right, well, in all fairness, this is a review.
Oh, what happened?
Nothing too bad. It's just that the point is not holding as nicely as I would like. I felt as I got to the tail, I was losing that scritch, scritch, scritch sound, and it started feeling like it was sliding on a waxed surface. All right, so I guess you want to keep a sharpening stone handy. Probably go over this line again. So I've gone around everything they've given us for design. I'm going to rub the carbon from that transfer paper into head lines so you can see the outline.
So that's just pure scratch.
It's just pure scratch. And evaluate the tip of me scratcher. The edge, the tip on this thing is actually kind of rolling over, which doesn't make for a good scratch. So you'll have to touch that up on occasion. I usually make my scribes out of jeweler's files. They're really, really hard carbon steel. That works out better, but this is working. So, okay. Well, what I'm going to do is fill in some shading and see where we go from there.
you're kind of adding your artistic.
Yeah, now they provide you with the outline, so it's kind of up to you after you've got. Basically, I guess I could say, well, there it is, all done. But fun is scratching. No sense quitting.
Yeah, if you just do exactly what the pattern is, then you're just copying. But when you add a little thing here and there, and your line goes off in one direction, and all of that, then you're making it unique, making it yours.
Yeah. Well, you could have a lot of fun with this. Like I'm saying, this is the basic ideas. They give you a whale or any of those other designs. You could put a squid out here, or you know, you could do whatever you want to add to it. Other little fishies.
A one-legged man hanging on to the back of him.
Aye.
Screaming.
The broken harpoon.
Yeah.
Could have left him white. Now you, again, like I was holding it to the light before, you do that after you've scratched. You can't see the scratches very good on the white surface, but if you reflect it, you can see them. All right, well, let's see what we got, shall we? When we put this kit back together again to send out to whoever wins it, I'm going to put some ink in this bottle. And I'm not going to use a Q-tip because I've got a brush. Because it's bone and it has those extra pores, I'm going to try to be careful to stay pretty much inside the whale with my ink.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Alright, so now we're all inked on. I'm going to let that dry.
About how long does it take
to dry? Oh, just a minute or two. You can watch it when the wet shiny part, when it all goes dull.
Yeah, I can see that some of it is dull.
Alright, so it's dry.
Moment of truth.
Yeah,
Drum roll.
Aha. You do that offset. All right. Well, that's that. I'm going to put some more lines on it because I can. and I want this section in the middle to. It looks like I slipped, but it's one of those darn pores with the nerve vessels. If you see this black mark right there, that's one of those pores. Maybe you can see down in here, you'll see a bunch of different little lines and dots and things. Those are all where nerves went through the bone, because this isn't ivory. This is probably from cow or camel or water buffalo or something, but it's a leg bone.
Turn that into a harpoon or something.
Yeah. Well, what I can do is, I'm not going to do it until after I'm done inking it, but I can go in there and kind of scrape that out. Time to touch up the tool again. A lot of guys that do this Scrimshaw, they use a sharp sewing needle that fits into a mechanical pencil. They're quite satisfied with that. And I know enough about sewing needles that I would bet that they would hold an edge for a long time. You're gonna have to get the appetite suppressor out here pretty quick.
Is that the whiskey?
Yeah. All right, let's give her another inking. See what she's thinking. Be playing that John Barleycorn song. All right. Oh, well, while we're waiting for the... not to be a bad influence or anything.
Cheers.
Well, there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and take that whisker off his nose. I'll try to. Right here. Sometimes you can kind of just scrape the ink out of said places. Better, no?
So what did you just do?
I just, that...
Oh, you kind of just took the ink out of it.
Yeah, just kind of scrape the ink out of it. And, yeah. We've analyzed the kit and put it to use, and it came up good, I think, you know? Right up there. As I stated earlier, I used the lesser of the two sides. This side is much cleaner and less of those pores, those nerve vessel pores. So whoever ends up with it will have a nice little canvas to play on. There's plenty more to play on here too, if a person wanted to. But you know, what did you say you paid for this?
Like $20.
$20. This is an evaluation of whether the kit's worth it, okay? I would say $20, you get a nice knife that's really well put together. You know, the joints are all tight. It's got nice bone on it, brass, stainless steel, good strong springs in it locks up. It's not a locking blade. It's got a really stiff spring, so it's, you know, with caution, it's safe.
And those are just two knife blades, right?
These are two knife blades. You know, you use them for whatever. I think they call it a trapper's knife or something like that, but you know, stainless steel. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's handy for a lot of things. So it'd make a great kitchen garden utility knife. And again, $20, really? Plus you get all this fun. Now the scribe, it would get you started once you got it sharpened up and going and had a sharpening stone handy. It would get you realizing whether you like doing this or not, and at a very minimal expense. So,
and you could get one of those. Where would you get one of those needles that might work even better?
Oh, Joann's Fabrics, Michael's, maybe, I'm not sure. But any sewing center, maybe your grandmother's got a sewing needle.
Yeah,
she doesn't.
But it's like a big sewing needle.
Yeah, they're bigger. They don't have to be terribly big, but pretty. The stiffer the needle, the less chatter you have. So the bigger, the better, really. Yeah. And those mechanical pencils take a certain size lead. So you need a needle that would accommodate that. So, but you'd want a sharp. They're called sharps, that particular needle. They're round. If you were thinking about trying Scrimshaw and you find this Rough Ryder kit online,
I'll put the link in the description if you want to get it for yourself.
Yeah.
And I'll also include, just in case, I'll also include a link to where you can buy some India ink.
Just in case.
Because this was dry.
As the bone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would endorse it for what it's advertised for. It's pretty awesome.
So this one gets 2 shots. Oh.
Spilled. Somebody spilled my whiskey. Right down the gullet. We're cheering.
It gets 2 shots. That's our stamp of approval.
Rough Ryder.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
And check out some of our other videos.
Oh, we got a ton of them out.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.